Are we teaching business the wrong way? Hey, it's Angela. In this latest how-to video, inspired by my conversation with Sam Crowell of the University of Tulsa, we'll explore how arts management programs put humanity back into business, why creativity is essential for innovation, and how interdisciplinary education is changing the way for future leaders. Let's dive in. Step 1, redefine how we teach business. Traditional business schools often function on transactions, but arts management programs are shifting the focus to people, creativity, and community impact. Sam shared an incredible perspective on how this human-centered approach benefits not just the arts, but all industries.
We've got a really strong relationship with our School of Business, and I think the overlap in both student interests and programming has worked fortunately quite well for us, particularly in areas of entrepreneurship and innovation.
Step 2, integrate creativity across industries. And if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that I constantly say creativity isn't just for the arts. It's a core ingredient for innovation across industries.
And that was ways we would look at career development and how is somebody preparing their career goals, their materials, how clear are they articulating the fields of interest, the functions of interest, and firms of interest? And so that business piece is saying, well, function might be an interest. I want to do marketing, a function, or I want to do, say for media, I want to do social media, or I want to do finance even. But the field where I want to do it might be, I'm interested in all kinds of fields. Or firms, I'm interested in all kinds of firms. Or maybe I'm motivated whether by salary or by impact of that organization. But I like marketing and I want to figure out where that goes. The cultural and public administration specialization, those, if a student's doing that, they might do very little in the arts through our program. I mean, through the core, our core makes sure there's still a foundation in arts management. All students take our Intro to Arts Organizations class. If you want to go into music, business, and entertainment events, we'll still have some foundations of what are the arts and why they matter so that we maintain regardless. But the cultural and public administration students, they're taking social entrepreneurship, they can be taking other business courses, they've been working for places like the United Way, or kind of these hybrid, like a cultural institution, like a Tulsa Botanic Garden, those types of things too. But if they have a good launch pad, they're in the field of interest or they're doing a function of interest or an organization of interest, at least one of those three, if not all three, I think that's a great career outcome. And so we're making sure they're exploring lots of things, but still have some clarity or, for a good first step.
We know that STEM and innovation rely on creative thinking to push boundaries and solve real-world challenges. The arts teach us how to think differently, and that's what every industry needs to thrive. Step 3, focus on interdisciplinary education. Interdisciplinary education is at the heart of the University of Tulsa's ACE program. Sam highlighted how students benefit from learning across multiple disciplines, preparing them for diverse career paths.
And so from a curricular perspective, they were encouraging this interdisciplinary thinking, in fact, requiring. My own belief comes from the fact that I started my career actually in higher ed and career advising. Some of my best ideas on how to run that suite of services came from working with the University of Rochester Career Center, who works with a variety of disciplines. And that was my first eye-opening experience to the idea that solutions to our problems, ways of thinking about what we do might come from other areas and not just always asking the same field professionals the same questions or new questions. I believe they saw the importance for just artistic disciplines to understand how other artistic disciplines are intersecting and working, because many of our undergraduates are ultimately entering into the arts as opposed to necessarily explicitly just their specialization.
By exposing students to different perspectives, arts management programs can create leaders who can adapt, innovate, and collaborate across sectors. Step 4, use creativity to drive audience development. One of my favorite takeaways from this conversation is how creativity can solve challenges like audience engagement. Sam shared how he works with students to reach younger audiences and those less inclined to engage.
So that foundation has always been big for me, this kind of what is it to think about disinclination, inclined, and current. So my areas have really been particularly focused on perceptual barriers and reaching that disinclined audience. I think anyone who's in the arts, that's always the ones we're just so most compelled by, the people who seem not interested. Obviously, there are other audiences to think about. And my subcategory of particular interest is that of crossover, and what might broadly be known as the crossover effect. When originally defined, the crossover effect is if you participate in one form of the art, one way of participating in the arts, you might be more likely to participate in a different way in that same art form. The other was that people who participate in one art form might also be more likely to participate in another art form. Or go to museums, might be more likely to go to music. But my thought is that crossover really, if we broaden it out of just artistic participation, but think of the overlap of interests, which is a key for disinclined audience, where do we meet them where their interests currently lie?
As arts leaders, you can use this approach to meet audiences where they are by aligning arts experiences with their existing interests and breaking down barriers to participation. Whether you're an arts educator, leader, or advocate, we know the arts can reshape industries, bring humanity back to business, and connect people in meaningful ways. How can you reframe your impact in the arts and how it connects businesses across all sectors? And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more practical tips in arts advocacy and arts investment. And you can catch the full conversation between me and Sam on the Arts Redefined channel. Until next time, I'm Angela. Thanks for watching.